Welcome to Manna, O Manna, a telescoped account of the story of the Jewish people in the wilderness and the manna that they ate. Special rules for this video. After you learn the shi'ur, there will be 3 questions to answer. But while you hear the psukim, there will be 3 words that I purposely leave out that I should have read. If you can spot those words and send them to me in your email with your answers to the questions, you will be rewarded. Don't say I didn't tell you. This story takes place immediately after Shirat Hayam and the splitting of the sea, and then after the episode of Marah, where miraculously the Jews were given their needed water by having a miracle turn water from being bitter into drinkable sweet water. But now they have another problem. Vayis'u me'elim, they traveled from the place called Elim. Vayavo'u koladat b'nei Yisrael al midbar Sin. And they arrived at a place called the Wilderness of Sin, which was not the same as Sinai, but it was on the way to Sinai, where they would get the Torah. Asher bein Elim uvein Sinai, between Elim, where they came from, and Sinai, where they were going. And this was b'chamisha asar yom lachodesh hasheni, l'tzeitam me'eretz Mitzrayim. It was 15th day of the second month, meaning Tetvav Iyar, from when they came out of Egypt. Vayilonu, you see it's a k'tivu kri, it's supposed to be read Vayilonu, they complained. Koladat b'nei Yisrael al Moshe v'al Aharon, they complained against Moshe and Aharon in the wilderness. And what was the complaint about? Vayomeru alehem b'nei Yisrael, they said to them, Mi yitain mutenu v'yad Hashem be'eretz Mitzrayim. We wish that somebody would enable us to have died at God's hand, or God's plague. Remember, Yad Hashem was Dever. We wish a plague had taken our lives in Eretz Mitzrayim, because we had it so much better then. B'shiftenu al sir habasar, when we sat on the flesh pots, meaning we had so much meat. You see how they're rewriting history. They didn't have all that they are describing. Be'achleinu lechem lasova, when we were able to eat meat to our heart's content. Ki hotzeitem otanu el hamidbar hazeh, you've taken us out to this wilderness, lahamit et kol hakahal hazeh bara'av, and you want us all to die of famine. Well, so Hashem responds to Moshe. Apparently, the Jews are hungry. They haven't got any food. They don't know where any is going to come from. They've never heard of man because it hadn't been invented yet. But that's about to change. Vayomer Hashem el Moshe, Hineni mamtir lachem lechem min hashamayim. Behold, I am going to rain down on you bread from heaven. Same word as matar from Kriyat Shema, mitar artzachem be'ito. I'm going to rain it down on you as if it were raindrops, only it'll be bread drops. Ha'am velaktu divar yom biyomo. The people will go out and collect what they need every day on that day. Lema'an anasenu hayelech b'torati imlo, in order that I might test them whether each one will go according to my Torah or not. In other words, there's going to be a test over here. And the nature of the test is, are you going to take just 1 day's man every day? Or will you insist that you need much more, and will you take more than you actually need, and not trust God to give you the next day? That's the main test of the man. Trusting in God to provide your needs every single day. Well, V'haya bayom hashishi, v'hechinu et asher yavi'u. On Friday, they'll prepare what they bring home, and they will discover a funny thing. V'haya mishneh, there will be double. Al asher yilkitu yom yom. Twice as much as they gather every day is what they'll be left with on Friday, which is, of course, the source of our having lechem mishneh, 2 loaves of challah, at every Shabbat meal. Vayomer Moshe v'Aharon el kol b'nei Yisrael, And so Moshe and Aaron break the news, the happy news, to Bnei Israel, and they say, Erev, every night, Vidatem ki Hashem hotzi etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim. You will know that Hashem took you out of Mitzrayim, because something special is going to happen at night. Didn't say what yet. Uvoker, and every morning, Uri'item et kavod Hashem, misham'o et tlunotechem al Hashem. You will see Hashem's glory when He has heard all of your complaints against Him. Didn't say how you'll see His glory, what's going to happen, but the understanding is that there will be food at night and food in the morning. V'nachnu ma, what are we after all? Kitalinu aleinu, that you should get everybody complaining against us. And now Moshe gets a little bit more specific about what's going to happen. Vayomer Moshe, B'teit Hashem lachem ba'erev basar le'echol, when God gives you meat at night to eat, v'lechem ba'boker lisboa, and bread to be full with in the morning, so you'll get meat at night and bread in the morning. Bishmoa Hashem et tlunotechem asher atem malinim alav, when Hashem hears your complaints that you are raising up against Him, v'nachnu ma, what are we after all? Lo alenu tlunotechem ki al Hashem. Your complaints are not against us, they're really against Hashem. Vayomer Moshe el Aharon, Moshe said to Aharon, El koladat b'nei Yisrael, tell b'nei Yisrael as follows, Kirvu lifnei Hashem, come near before God. Presumably that means towards the center of the camp, towards the Aron, towards Ohel Moed, where Ohel Moed would be. Ki shama et tlunotechem, because he has heard your complaints. Vayehi kedaber Aharon el koladat b'nei Yisrael, and as Aharon was speaking to all of them, vayifnu el hamidbar, they turned to the wilderness. V'hinei kivod Hashem nir'ah be'anan, and Hashem's glory could be seen there in the form of a cloud, the cloud of Hashem's glory, which often represented Hashem's presence. And so they saw that Hashem was responding to their complaints. This is as far as we will go right now before giving the questions. Here are your 3 questions. First of all, what was the miracle that was supposed to happen at night? And what was the miracle by day? What was the Nes Shel Yom? And what was the Nes Shel Laila? Or as the Pasuk says, Erev and Boker. Number 2. What was the test of the man? The Nisayon, the test that Bnei Yisrael were put to through the man. And number 3, from where do we get the term lechem mishneh? Now go to the next screen and you will see some extra questions for those who really want to be challenged. Here's something challenging. What are the 3 words that I did not read? Instead, I just said when I got to them. That's what I'm asking you to send me. But if you're really inventive, you will tell me what those 3 words, just read as letters, forget about the vowels, what those 3 words have in common. Ma mishutaf beinehen. What do those 3 words have in common? A third challenge question would be, give me 2 words in a row that are the same except for 1 letter, and they sound almost identical, but they mean totally different things. 2 words in a row, ritzufin, different by 1 letter, shinui ot achat, but they mean totally different things. Two muvanim, two meanings. Tough question, but they sound alike, so you might be able to figure it out. And good luck to you.